Let me administer. I take the oath that as a physician, in order to serve the mankind, I use my knowledge and ability sincerely. I will always be ready to help patients, even when I am extremely busy or tired. I will not harm any patient for the sake of money or selfish gain. I will not develop any desire which is not acceptable in the society. I will always dress decently, and my personality will be confident and inspiring. I will always use appropriate, pleasant, truthful and polite words to my patients. I will constantly try to update my knowledge. I will treat a woman only in the presence of her husband or near relative. I will examine a patient with the utmost discretion in order to cure the disease. I will not disclose the confidential matters regarding patient or patient's family. I will always use my knowledge for the welfare of living beings.
Om Shri Dhanvantari Namaha. A very good afternoon to all who have gathered here to witness this wonderful program, Vishikhanapravesh 2023. Myself, Dr. Anita Kulkarni, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Shalyatantra.
Namaste all. Myself, Dr. Yogesh Kulkarni, HOD, Department of Shalyatantra. I take this privilege to carry out the certificate distribution to our graduates. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi once said, "Keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words.
Keep your words positive because your words become your behavior.
Keep your behavior positive because your behavior becomes habits.
Keep your habits positive because your habits become your values.
And keep your values positive because your values become your destiny." So one such destiny is reached by our graduates on this auspicious day, that is graduation day.
And it is rightly said by Orrin Hatch, a senator from USA, that graduation is not the end, it is the beginning. But thus, I request the dignitaries to come forward and hand over the degree certificates to our graduates. Please, sir.
Now, firstly,
Dr. Muknoja Osama to come and collect your degree certificate from our dignitaries.
next, Dr. Murigamma Biradar. Please come and collect your degree certificate from our.
Next, Dr. Vipul Kumar Thakur, I request to come and collect your degree certificate.
Now I request Dr. Abhilash Mann to come and collect the degree certificate from our dignitaries.
Next, Dr. Akshata Handra will come and collect their degree certificate.
Next, Dr. Alisha Sheikh.
Dr. Anandita Verma will come and collect her degree certificate.
Dr. Alisha Sheikh, please come forward.
Next, Dr. Anandita Verma will come forward and collect her degree certificate.
Dr. Ankita Kotubagi.
Bala Naik will
Now I request Bhagyashree Adiki to come and collect her degree certificate.
Now I request Bhuvneshwari Benkanhalli to come and collect her degree certificate.
Next, Dr. Channabasappa Adiki. Be ready and collect his degree certificate.
Next, Dakshani Bhavikatti will come and collect her degree certificate.
Dr. Umesh Geji, be ready. Dr. Umesh Geji.
Dr. Girish Asmani will come and collect this degree certificate.
Dr. Jyoti Gaikwad. Dr. Jyoti Gaikwad, please come and collect degree certificate, please.
Dr. Karthik Gowder will come and collect his degree certificate.
Dr. Karthik RH. Dr. Karthik RH, please come and collect your degree certificate.
Next, Dr. Mallan Gowda Biragar will come and collect his degree certificate.
I request Dr. Mallikarjun BS to come and collect his degree certificate. Dr. Mallikarjun BS.
Dr. Manjunath Makapur will come and collect his degree certificate.
Dr. Meenakshi Bhuya. I request Dr. Meenakshi Bhuya to come and collect her degree certificate. Dr. Meenakshi Bhuya.
Dr. Mohan Nada will come and collect his degree certificate. Dr. Mohan Nada.
I request Dr. Mukund Kulkarni to come and collect his degree certificate. Next, Dr. Mukund Kulkarni.
Next, Nagaraj Bombi will come and collect his degree certificate. Nagaraj Bombi.
Dr. Nirmal Mehta. Dr. Nirmal Mehta, please come and collect your degree certificate.
Degree certificate.
Next, I request Dr. Pankaj BK to come forward to collect the degree certificate. Dr. Pankaj BK.
Next, Sharyu Patil will come and collect her degree certificate. Next, Sharyu Patil.
Dr. Patan Shetty Shradhanand. I request Dr. Patan Shetty Shradhanand to come forward to collect degree certificate from the dignitaries, please.
Dr. Vaibhav Patil to come and collect degree certificate.
I request Dr. Pooja Kote to come forward to collect her degree certificate. Dr. Pooja Kote.
Next, I request Dr. Pooja Viradar to come and collect degree certificate. Dr. Pooja Viradar.
I request Dr. Pooja Petlu to come forward to collect her degree certificate. Dr. Pooja Petlu.
Next, Dr. Priyanka Nagendar will come and collect her degree certificate. Dr. Priyanka Nagendar.
I request Dr. Raghavendra Hadapal to come forward to collect his degree certificate from the dignitaries. Dr. Raghavendra Hadapal.
Next, Dr. Raghavi Saudati will come and collect degree certificate.
Dr. Ravi Kiran BT. I request Dr. Ravi Kiran BT to come forward for collecting his degree certificate.
Next, Dr. Sana Mudraviyar will come and collect her degree certificate. Next, Sana Mudraviyar will come and collect her degree certificate.
I request Sandhya Shedwale, Dr. Sandhya Shedwale to come forward to collect the degree certificate. Dr. Sandhya Shedwale.
Next, Dr. Jyoti Shinde will come and collect her degree certificate. Dr. Jyoti Shinde.
I request Dr. Sridevi to come forward. I request Dr. Sridevi to come forward to collect degree certificate.
Dr. Shri Priya Mutalik will come and collect her degree certificate. Next, Dr. Shri Priya Mutalik.
Dr. Sukanya Bhiredi. Dr. Sukanya Bhusari. I request Dr. Sukanya Bhusari to come and collect her degree certificate.
Next, Dr. Triveni Patil will come and collect degree certificate. Next, Triveni Patil will come and collect degree certificate.
Dr. Tripti Balurmat. Dr. Tripti Balurmat, please come on the stage to collect her degree certificate.
Now I request Dr. Vishal to come and collect degree certificate.
Dr. Yasmin Chaudhary. I request Dr. Yasmin Chaudhary to come forward to collect her degree certificate.
Now we'll start off with distribution of degree certificates to postgraduates. Dr. Saubhagya Jawar, MD Kaya Chikitsa, I request her to come and collect degree certificates.
I request Dr. Sonia Veta, MD Kajikisa, to come forward to collect her degree certificate.
Shoaib Ahmad, MD Kaya Chikitsa, will come and collect degree certificate.
So now we will move on to the distribution of degree certificates to 2012 batch, UG 2012 batch. To start with, I request Dr. Mahantesh Hiramat to come forward to collect the degree certificate from the dignitaries. Please.
Next, I request E.G. John to come and collect degree certificate.
I request Dr. Ashwati be ready. I request Dr. Ashwati to come forward to collect degree certificate.
Next, I request Dr. Sumaya Anju to come and collect degree certificate.
I request Dr. Hizana Hussain. I request Dr. Hizana Hussain to come forward to collect the degree certificate. Dr. Hizana Hussain.
Next, I request Dr. Arpita Guru to come and collect degree certificate. Dr. Arpita Guru. Next.
I request Dr. Shafiq VP. Dr. Shafiq VP to come forward to collect his degree certificate from the dignitaries. Dr. Shafiq VP.
Next, I request Dr. Sridhar Reddy to come and collect degree certificate.
I request Dr. Divya Bhaskar. Dr. Divya Bhaskar to come forward and collect her degree certificate from the dignitaries. Dr. Divya Bhaskar.
Next, I request Dr. Seema Sajjan to come and collect degree certificate. Next, Dr. Seema Sajjan.
I request Dr. Sharon to come forward to collect her degree certificate.
Next, I request Dr. Chaitra Nadimani to come and collect her degree certificate.
I request Dr. Gayatri Matapati to be ready and come and collect her degree certificate. Gayatri Matapati.
Next, I request Dr. Netra Kaulu to come and collect her degree certificate.
Dr. Dhoni Patel. Dr. Dhoni Patel. I request Dr. Dhoni Patel to come forward to collect her degree certificate. Dr. Dhoni Patel.
Next, Dr. Pavitra Patel will come and collect her degree certificate. Dr. Pavitra Patel.
Dr. Gausazim Nadar. Dr. Gausazim Nadar. I request him to come forward to collect the degree certificate.
Next, Dr. Siddharth LD will come and collect degree certificate. Next, Dr. Siddharth LD.
Dr. Rakesh Mali. I request Dr. Rakesh Mali to come forward to collect her degree certificate.
Next, Dr. Gurraj H will come and collect his degree certificate.
Dr. Satish Reddy. I request Dr. Satish Reddy to come forward to collect his degree certificate from the dignitaries.
Next, I request Dr. Devendra Patil to come and collect degree certificate. Dr. Devendra Patil.
Thank you. Now I request Dr. Pallavi Hegde ma'am and Dr. Sanmesh Dilmat sir to come carry out the next half session. Please, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anita ma'am and Dr. Yogesh sir. Good afternoon to all. I, Dr. S.G. Dilmat, Leader, Department of Panchakarma. Now we would like to call 2014 batch graduates to receive certificates.
I, Dr. Pallavi Hegde, Professor from the Department of PG Studies in Shalyatan.
First, I would like to call Dr. Rajni R. Angadi. I request Dr. Rajni R. Angadi to receive the certificate from the dignitaries.
Dr. Sushma Rathod, please receive the certificate from the dignitaries. Dr. Sushma Rathod.
Next, I would like to call Dr. Chaitra Nilnayak to receive the certificate.
Dr. Satish Rathod, please be ready. I request Dr. Satish Rathod to receive the degree certificate.
Now, I would like to call Dr. Himalaya Parekh to receive the certificate. Dr. Himalaya Parekh.
Dr. Nishchala Vaskoti, please receive the degree certificate.
Next, Dr. Sadashiva Jamkandi. Please be ready. Dr. Sadashiva Jamkandi.
I request Dr. Abhishek to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Abhishek to receive the graduation certificate.
Now, I would like to call Dr. Rajneesh Edelmeli. Dr. Rajesh Edelmeli.
Dr. Nikhil Bunchikatti, please come forward to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Nikhil Bunchikatti.
Now, I would like to call Dr. Veera Someshwara S. Sarsamba to receive the certificate. Dr. Veera Someshwara S. Sarsamba.
Dr. Shanta Yedadi, please come forward to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Shanta Yedadi.
Now, let me call Dr. Rekha Pattar to receive the certificate. Dr. Rekha Pattar.
It's Dr. Deepa Hugar now to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Deepa Hugar. Dr. Deepa Hugar received the graduation certificate.
Let me call Dr. Praveen Kumar. Dr. Praveen Kumar to receive graduation certificate. Dr. Praveen Kumar.
Let me call Dr. Krishna Party to come forward to receive the certificate. Dr. Krishna Party receiving the graduation certificate.
Let me call Dr. Sumukh Charkani to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Sumukh Charkani.
I request Dr. Bojilingeshwar to come forward to receive the graduation certificate.
Now I would like to call Dr. Damini Jay Kodhi to receive the graduation certificate.
Dr. Bojilingeshwar receiving the graduation certificate.
Dr. Damini Jay Kodhi receiving the graduation certificate.
Dr. Pooja Hepsul, please receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Pooja Hepsul.
Next, I would like to call Dr. Rajeshwari C. Shiliyapna to receive the certificate. Dr. Rajeshwari C. Shiliyapna receiving the certificate.
Dr. Shruti, please be ready to receive the graduation certificate. It is Dr. Shruti here receiving the graduation certificate.
I request Dr. Pallavi C. Ragam to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Pallavi C. Ragam receiving the certificate.
I request Dr. Shivranjini to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Shivranjini. I request all the audience to applaud our graduates. Please.
Now let me call Dr. Sneha G. Gandge to receive the graduation certificate. The Dr. Sneha G. Gandge receiving the graduation certificate.
Dr. Raghavendra Dimapur. Dr. Raghavendra Dimapur here to receive the graduation certificate. I request Dr. Gururaj Birala to receive the graduation certificate. It is Dr. Raghavendra Dimapur receiving the certificate. Now I request Dr. Gururaj to receive the graduation certificate.
Now I would like to call Dr. Padmavati Kadiwal to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Padmavati Kadiwal. Dr. Padmavati Kadiwal is now receiving graduation certificate.
Next, it's time to request Dr. Sangeeta to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Sangeeta.
Let me call Dr. Sneha S.P. to receive the certificate. Dr. Sneha S.P.
Next, I request Dr. Sangeeta Madhimani to receive the graduation certificate.
Now, I would like to call Dr. Vijay Lakshmi Tegi to receive the graduation certificate.
Dr. Sangeeta Madhimani receiving the graduation certificate.
Dr. Vijay Lakshmi Tegi. Dr. Vijay Lakshmi Tegi now receiving the graduation certificate.
I request Dr. Devappa to please be ready to receive the certificate. Dr. Devappa.
let me call Dr. Pavitra Hugar to receive the certificate. Dr. Pavitra Hugar, now receiving the graduation certificate.
I request Dr. Aishwarya Natekar to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Aishwarya Natekar.
Now let me call Dr. Sujit Kumar Kalburgi to receive the certificate. Dr. Sujit Kumar Kalburgi now receiving the certificate from the dignitaries.
It's time to call Dr. Renuka Shirvedi to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Renuka.
Thank you. Now let me call Dr. Santosh Kumar Hugar to receive the certificate from the dignitaries.
I request Dr. Vinod Korolli to be ready. Dr. Vinod Korolli receiving the graduation certificate.
Now I would like to call Dr. Anand Kumar to receive the certificate. Dr. Anand Kumar now receiving the certificate.
Dr. Somnath Shastri. Next, I call Dr. Somnath Shastri to receive the graduation certificate.
Now let me call Dr. Madapati Ramanatha Swami to receive the certificate. Dr. Madapati Ramanatha Swami now receiving the graduation certificate. Dr. Madapati Ramanatha Swami is now receiving the graduation certificate.
Let me call Dr. M.D. Altaf Bhagwan to receive the graduation certificate. It's Dr. M.D. Altaf Bhagwan receiving the graduation certificate.
Now let me call Dr. Rakshita R to receive the certificate. Dr. Rakshita R now sees receiving certificate from the dignitaries.
Dr. Lakshmi Samti. Dr. Lakshmi Samti. I request Dr. Lakshmi Samti to receive the graduation certificate from the dignitaries.
Now I would like to call Dr. Soumya Hagargi. Dr. Soumya Hagargi to receive the certificate. Dr. Soumya Hagargi now receiving the certificate from the dignitaries.
Dr. Ajay Kumar Vastran. Dr. Ajay Kumar Vastran is here to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Ajay Kumar Vastran.
Now let me call Dr. K. Sangeeta Patil to receive the certificate. Dr. K. Sangeeta Patil receiving the certificate from the dignitaries.
Dr. Srinivas Birje. Dr. Srinivas Birje receiving the certificate from the dignitaries. Dr. Srinivas Birje.
Now I would like to call Dr. Sharan Basu Mallappa Angadi to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Sharan Basu Mallappa Angadi now receiving the certificate from the dignitaries.
It's time to call Dr. Akshata Dodmani to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Akshata Dodmani.
Now let me call Dr. Pooja Badgi. Dr. Pooja Badgi to receive the certificate from the dignitaries.
It's Dr. Geeta Patel here to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Geeta Patel.
Now I would like to call Dr. Soumya Bharati Basavaraj to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Soumya Varetti Basavaraj.
Next, I request Dr. Savita Sundori to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Savita.
Now let me call Dr. Chaitanya N.H. Dr. Chaitanya N.H. to receive the certificate. Dr. Chaitanya N.H. now receiving the certificate from the dignitaries.
It's Dr. Nikita Dev Reddy here to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Nikita Dev Reddy. Dr. Nikita Dev Reddy is receiving the certificate from the dignitaries.
Let me call Dr. Kavya to receive the certificate from the dignitaries. Dr. Kavya. Dr. Kavya, now she is receiving the certificate from the dignitaries.
I request Dr. Asha Bhogani to come forward to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Asha.
Now I would like to call Dr. Basavarajeshwari A. Malashetty to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Basavarajeshwari A. Malashetty, now she is receiving the graduation certificate from the dignitaries.
Dr. Shreya Bhadia. Dr. Shreya Bhadia, please come forward to receive the graduation certificate.
Now I would like to call Dr. Kinjal Balda Hareshbhai. Dr. Kinjal Balda Hareshbhai to receive the graduation certificate.
I request Dr. Ashok VM to come forward to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Ashok VM.
Now I would like to call Rathod Nehala Ben Mavisbhai to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Rathod Nehal Ben Mavisbhai. Now she is receiving graduation certificate.
I request Dr. Pankaj Rajguru to come forward to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Pankaj Rajguru over here.
Now I would like to call Dr. Himanshu Mehta to receive the certificate.
I request all the audience to applaud our graduates, please.
Dr. Himanshu Mehta, now he is receiving the certificate.
Dr. Janki Bhogani, I request Dr. Janki Bhogani to receive the graduation certificate. Dr. Janki over here to receive the graduation certificate. Thank you, dignitaries.
I thank all the dignitaries.
Graduation is not the end, it is the beginning of new life.
Especially beneficial when applying our students to real world scenarios. So here I request Dr. Shoaib, MD in Kaya Chikitsa, now presently working as lecturer in Ayurveda Medical College, Bagalkot, to please share his opinion.
Today, first of all, I would like to congratulate all the graduates who have graduated today. Once again, giving them good class of hands. Clap, please. Thank you to our prestigious institutes, BVVS Ayurvedic Medical College and Hospital, which is a center for par excellence in the field of Ayurveda. Thank you for this, giving an opportunity that being a PG graduate in this prestigious institute. And I would like to thank our mentors also, who taught us theory as well as practical simultaneously, who inspired to strive for perfection and who has become a real example to follow. Also, I would like to thank our parents. They gave us all their love and care. The support that they have provided is a real treasure. I love you, Mom and Dad. Finally, I would like to thank all of you who have gathered today. It's a tremendous joy to see you here and to share with you with this marvelous moment. At last, I would want to remind you all to never stop learning and never forget that Ayurvedic medicine is a practice of art. We bring to people not only technology and training but also brings humanity and caring. This prestige institute has given me wings to fly high and high, as well as it taught me sympathy as well as empathy simultaneously. So after post-graduated from this institute, what I learned is, I would like to quote 2 lines in Kannada. Barali tondare nೂರು ಬಗೆ ಆದರೂ ಇರಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮುಗುಳು ನಗೆ. Thank you one and all.
Currently pursuing her post-graduation in Swasthavita in Koppal College, to please share her opinion.
Honored guests, esteemed faculty, proud parents and all the senior, junior and my fellow graduates, a very good afternoon to one and all. Adityasya yatha rashmi jyotisha cha astre vidyutaha tata sattvam pravrutischa tasmat tatreva magamaha. Just as the rays of the sun and the illuminating power of the lightning manifest through their respective sources, similarly pursue knowledge and virtue with unwavering commitment. As we gather here today, we stand on the threshold of a new dawn, ready to step into the world that awaits our contributions and aspirations. Graduation is not an end, but a launching pad for the dreams and aspirations that awaits us. Each of us carries a torch of potential, illuminating the path to a future filled with limitless possibilities. Let us seize every opportunity fueled by our passion and guided by our integrity. While we celebrate our individual achievements, let us also acknowledge the support systems that have lifted us up. Our families, this management, principal sir, teaching and non-teaching staff, seniors, juniors and all my dear friends have been the pillars of strength. And it is important to express our gratitude for their unwavering belief in our potential. From the bottom of my heart, a heartfelt thanks to each one of you. As we embark on our separate journeys, let us carry the torch of knowledge, igniting the flames of change wherever we go. Let our actions echo the value instilled in us, and may we forever remain proud ambassadors of this BVVS institution. Acharya Sushruta quotes in the 3rd chapter of Sushruta Samhita, Vak Saushtave Artha Vijnane Praghalbe Karma Naitune Tadabhyase Cha Siddhav Cha Yadetadhyayana Antagaha. By the end of our UG studies here, we wholeheartedly thank the whole institution for inculcating all these qualities in us. With these qualities in us, let's not be just doctors, but a true healers. Every thank you we receive is a permanent badge of honor, and every smile we bring on the hopeless faces makes this world a better place. In conclusion, as we all forge ahead, let us never forget the incredible journey that has brought us to this moment. Congratulations to all of us. Our future awaits, and I'm confident that it will be nothing short of an extraordinary. Thank you for this opportunity, and thanks to each one of you for inviting us to Vishikhanapravesh 2023. Thank you one and all.
Atithi Devo Bhava, an integral part of Indian culture, it says that every guest should be treated like God. So one should be showered with all love, care and affection. This unique code of conduct laid down in ancient Hindu scriptures named Tatriya Upanishads upholds our culture, values and heritage. Now I request all the dignitaries to please felicitate our chief guest, Dr. Kishore Kumar sir. Time to hear few words from our beloved Chief guest, Dr. R. Kushal Kumar sir. Sir, please.
ಭೂಮಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿ ಭಾಷಣವನ್ನು ಪೂರೈಸಲು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮಹೇಶ್ ಅವರೇ, BVVS ಸಂಘದ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿಗಳು, ಶ್ರೀ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ್ ಸಾಸ್ನೂರ್ ಅವರೇ, ನಮ್ಮ ಗವರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿನ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್. I'm sure we have people from speaking in different languages, but I started with Kannada because it's my mother tongue. Thank you. The crowd, I was looking at the crowd. We have a graduation day ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇದೊಂದು ಬಹಳ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದಂತೂ ನಿಜ. ಬಟ್ ಯಾರು ಕುಟುಂಬದವ್ರು ಬಂದು ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಬೇಕೋ ಅವ್ರು ಬರದೇ ಹೋದರೆ ಸಂತೋಷ ಅನಿಸಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಸಣ್ಣ ಮಗುವಿಂದ ಅಜ್ಜಿಯವರು ನೋಡಿದೆ ನಾನು. ಐ ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ satisfaction of a graduation day for the candidate is when the family member, especially a small baby or the eldest in the family, can have the, can enjoy, because they are the people who actually get all the satisfaction when they see the family member, the child growing up and getting graduated. So congratulations to all of you on behalf of the institution and also on behalf of your family. God bless you all, and then may you have a very bright future. So this is what was the first thing. And I am coming to Bagalkot for the first time. ಮೊದಲನೇ ಸಾರಿ ಬಾಗಲ್ಕೋಟ್ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆಯಿಂದ ಅಥವಾ ಟ್ರೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾನೂ ಕೂಡ I was talking to people in the train. So this chairman is a word that has gone beyond BVVS. ಬಸವೇಶ್ವರ ವಿದ್ಯಾವರ್ಧಕ ಸಂಘದ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥವರು ಬಾಗಲಕೋಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರದೇಶಗಳಿದೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ ಅವರು. ಐ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ನೋ ದಟ್ ದ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ ಆಫ್ BVVS ಸಂಘ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬ್ರಾಟ್ ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ಲೋರಿ ಟು ದಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ chairman that he has contributed immensely, especially in the field of education, by sacrificing his whole life in the development of this Sangha. Around 167 institutions, imparting education from all disciplines, from the smallest to the highest. So I would like to bow down to this great man. Thank you very much. I would also like to thank Dr. Mahante Salimat. Most of you might not know that both of us were classmates in post-graduation of the first batch of Ayurveda post MD, and he was in Shalya and I was in Kai Chikitsa. So we have seen, I should be indebted to him for having invited me. It's very rare that a friend calls another friend as a chief guest. Okay, so it's an honor. It's not only that the Sangha has given me the honor, is that as a person, Dr. Salimat has been so close, and I am overwhelmed by his gesture, by calling me, and this is, I think, for the first time that I am enjoying such a great honor among all the students. So thank you for that also. So I am giving thanksgiving in the beginning. Anyway, I was reminded of Taittiriya Upanishad. I think Dr. Suraj Kumar had mentioned excerpts from Taittiriya Upanishad, which talks of, in the Shiksha Valli, it talks of the convocation address. Satyam Vada, Dharmam Chara, Swadhyayana Pramadaha. So do not stop studying. So graduation doesn't mean that you should stop continued medical education. Okay? Then Matra Devo Bhava, Pitra Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atiti Devo Bhava. So respect all of them. Then follow everything that is good and despise everything that is bad. So this is the summary of the Taittiriya Upanishad, which we all have been. It's nice to look at that when we finish the education, because education in Indian context was supposed to be of service. It was not a tool to make money, and that's how you can see the BVVS Sangha or things like that, who have been doing service as a service and not as something very commercial. So this is the spirit of Indian education system. So with that, I would like to bring some aspects to you today. We are also eagerly waiting for Chandrayaan to land. I think we should all pray for ISRO and India so that it happens successfully. And I am also speaking in the background of a very recently concluded convention. I would like to bring to you certain things from a perspective of what is happening in the world. You have just graduated. Where do you place yourself? So you have been learning about Ayurveda, what I should do, what I should practice, how to inculcate values, everything. A recently concluded conference was Global Center for, have you heard of Global Center for Traditional Medicine? Okay, there is one Global Center for Traditional Medicine under construction at Jamnagar, Gujarat. And in the close proximity to it in Ahmedabad, there was this convention on the World Health Organization Convention on Traditional Medicine. And what was discussed? This was the first convention of traditional medicine in the world taken up by WHO. Now what happened here? I will tell you about the convention by giving the background of what is happening around it. We have been systems of medicine. We have had so many traditional systems of medicine. Ministry of Ayush recognizes Ayurveda, Yoga, Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, Suva, Rigpa and Homeopathy as systems of medicine in India. Fine. Now, how you have so many systems of medicine, it is like, you go to the market and try to buy whatever it is. Is it like that? I don't think so. It is not like that. You go to a market, I'll buy a necklace from this shop or from another shop. It's not as simple as that. Now all these systems of medicine have been existing, and the education has been formalized, and all of you are there. Now how this can get together in the benefit of the patient is something which the world is thinking. It is more especially after COVID. You know what happened during COVID? The Prime Minister of India called us for a meeting and wanted us to tell what can be the best protocol to treat COVID. Although in the end of the COVID waves, so many people at their levels went into traditional medicine because nothing else was working. The Prime Minister said that give me one protocol. Now what happened was, we have so many traditional practitioners, we have so many people claiming, so everyone said, I have the best, I have the best, and I have the best. This doesn't work that way. So when it has to be a government policy, there has to be one protocol. And that protocol can contain most of the things which everyone would want to contribute. So because of this, a common government policy on COVID in treatment of COVID by the Ayush did not come out. But all the Ayush practitioners treated COVID people because people started approaching them. It went an informal way. What is the reason for this? Okay, this is one example. Then another thing that is happening is we get to our minds too much of emotion into science. Science and emotion should be separated. Okay? Science and emotions are two different things. You should not develop extreme attachment to Charaka or Sushruta because they were scientists. We have to learn what they are saying and try to see how much it is relevant in the present context. Fine. So in that sense, when things came up in COVID, we could not come together, and now when we have educated from our own colleges, there's somebody who's graduating in Siddha. He's been taught that Siddha medicine is the great. And a person in Ayurveda graduating from Ayurveda has been taught that Ayurveda system is great. Homeopathy is being told that homeopathy is great. Now this term great is an emotional context. That's not right. In science, it has to be evidence-based. You have something you have to prove, and this proof you have to go ahead. So what is happening is in India, the thing after COVID is that we have to harness what all these systems have to offer together to actually help the patient. I'll tell you the story of what happened at Nimhans. Okay, so then you had, Nimhans has the history of treating psychiatric patients. There is huge chunk of people who can benefit well from yoga or from Ayurveda also. We need to identify which is that area which can benefit from these two. This was the thinking process. Now you are giving an antidepressant. Let's say I'll give an example of a patient suffering from depression. There is a patient who is suffering from depression who comes to you, and there are so many environmental factors that are responsible for depression. You give antidepressant, Prozac, in Europe. And he takes antidepressant and goes back and comes back again. Now what happens here is we empower him to do yoga or to do a lifestyle change in terms of enhancing the coping mechanism. You can see breakups, you can see relationship issues, people trying to do suicide, lot of news from suicides in Kota, lot of news of suicides from IITs. Why is this happening? So then you enhance or empower the self-confidence of that person, and through yogic principles he comes back. And if you actually tell him that I have been able to tackle my depression on my own, his confidence levels are more. If you give him an antidepressant, his confidence levels do not increase, although he might improve. But then the motivation to change the lifestyle and see how the stress perception is. We are losing the support system. Nuclear families are happening. Indian culture had support systems which was sort of ingrained, that is going. So that's how, see, 1.4 billion population and we have hardly 5,000 psychiatrists. Can you believe this? 1.4 billion population and only 5,000 psychiatrists. And maybe another 5,000 to 6,000 of help. Now where are these people going? Have you ever thought of this? Have you seen Basaveshwara Psychiatric Clinic in Bagalkot? No. If you put Manasika Rogagalige illi chikitse kodutteve, nobody will go there. Why? Because if somebody goes into that clinic and somebody else watches, what happened? So it's a taboo. So people do not visit that. Now who cures it? The family support systems and the community support systems. We did a study on this. This got published in Lancet also. And in that study we found that the community, Andre, you have a person who is suffering from some kind of mental illness. You go to a temple. In the temple, the priest is met. It can be a temple, it can be a church, it can be a mosque. He says, Neen chanagidiya. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ದೈವ ನಿನ್ನ ತಲೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನಿನಗೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. We consider this as superstition. No, this is a narrative. We did the study on this, and after that, ಅಪ್ಪ ಮಗಳನ್ನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅವರ ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ಸ್, ಅವ್ರ ಕುಟುಂಬದವ್ರು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ. ಯಾಕೋ ಒಂಚೂರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೊಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಪುರೋಹಿತರನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಯಾವುದು ಈ ಥರ ದೈವ ಬಂದಿದೆಯಂತೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಹೋಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕಂತೆ. ಓ ಹೌದಾ, ನಡಿ ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ, ಬಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಈ ಪೂಜೆಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಫೈನ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಿಕ್ಕಪ್ಪ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ದೊಡ್ಡಪ್ಪ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ದೊಡ್ಡಮ್ಮ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಂದು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರು ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪೂಜೆ ಸಾಮಾನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. And the surprising part is that this intervention, the patient is cured. They get overcome by this. This was known as the community mental health psychiatry management of Indian traditional system. We did not know this happens. You go to Chotanikara in Kerala. You go to the Velangani church. Okay? This is a concept that happens illi. ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ಅನಾರೋಗ್ಯ ಇದೆಯಂತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರನೇ ಯಾರು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆಗೂ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲೂ ಕರೆಯೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದಾಳಂತೆ, ಅದು ಯಾವುದೋ ದೈವ ಏನೋ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಹೀಗಾಗಿದೆಯಂತೆ, ಹೌದಾ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ನೆರೇಟಿವ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ and also the community support system in terms of religious places. You understand how this played a very we are talking only 50-60 years, but then since thousands of years this has been how India managed their psychiatry. So we don't have psychiatric clinics here because ajji heltale maneyalli, tata heltane ba ಏನು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ, ಬೈದ್ರ ಬಾ ನಾನು ಇದೀನಿ ಬಾ. That is something which is lacking. ಯಾರು ಇವಾಗ ಹೇಳೋರಿಲ್ಲ ಹಾಗೆ. ನೀವು ಸಿಟಿಗೆ ಬನ್ನಿ, ಯಾರು ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳೋರಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್. ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಾದರ್ ಡೇ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಗಂಡ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಮಗು ಮಾತ್ರ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಾದರ್ ಡೇ, ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮದರ್ ಡೇ ಹೀಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಡೀತಿದೆ. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ತಾತನ ಓಡಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ವಾಸ್ something which was managing the whole thing. Suicides are increasing, divorces are increasing. Okay? We thought the whole society is developed. So we did this study. Now coming up to what we can offer, we saw that most of these systems of medicine can offer either yoga or Ayurveda. All these can offer their might in the cure of the disease. It is the value systems that is helping, and there are some medicines that are helping. Now combining both, you can manage a patient of depression. And this depression patient, there are so many people who talk to him, and that's how he comes out. Now, evidences need to be generated, and these evidences will see that this can get integrated. Now, how this integration should be done? So, I started off with the patient starting of depression. We teach him yogic principles. He goes back. And then he comes back. When he comes back, there are two scenarios. One thing is there is some environmental problem, his depression has worsened. And the second thing is he is doing well. He is doing well, fine, he goes away. But then he has worsened his depression. Then we add an Ayurveda treatment. We add either Panchakarma or something. He becomes better. Two scenarios. If it worsens, he goes back. If he is doing well, he goes back. If he is worsens, we add antidepressants or antipsychotics. Withdraw Ayurveda and yoga. Fine. He settles down in 2-3 months. After that, withdraw antidepressants and antipsychotics. Start Ayurveda and yoga. Fine. So you can see in long-term protracted illness, the best way of management. He doesn't develop tolerance to that medicine. He can manage it well, and we have support system we activate. We also give him lot of perspectives of life. This is what helps. Now for that, this is what we are calling as the integrated system of medicine. We should stop thinking within the capsule, start thinking out of the capsule. Now this is going to be the system of the day. Now all India Institute of Medical Sciences have had the blocks of Ayush blocks. Now they are going to come up with the departments of integrative system of medicine, where you will give everything together. Optimization, you need to solve this problem. Ayurveda doctor hatra hodre adyak tagoltilri visha bitbidri. This is what I'm not saying everyone, but then there are people who tell that. You go to an allopathic doctor, ನೀವು ಆಯುರ್ವೇದ ಅದು ಇದು ಮಣ್ಣು ಮಸಿ ತಿಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರನಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಅಲೋಪತಿಕ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಫೈನ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫೈಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಫ್ಲಿಕ್ಟ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್. ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಹೇಳಿರುವಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭಗಳಿವೆ. That creates confusion in the patient's mind. So you are too much emotionally attached to your system. Why? But then there is a system of medicine that has to be optimized to a patient. You ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಕೊಡುವಂತ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವಿಬ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇದ್ದು ನೀವು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. You need to converse. They are allopathy system of medicine. No. They are also our counterparts. We need to talk to them. We have been taught, ನೀವು ಆಯುರ್ವೇದ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಏನು ಓದಬಾರ್ದು, ನೀವು ಸ್ಟೆಥೋಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಬಾರ್ದು, ನೀವು ನಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ರಪ್ಪ? Nobody taught us, right? We have to use stethoscope. No, you need to know what is happening. So we should not close our eyes for the technology. It is the basic science contribution. Learn that. Second, we should develop skills. ಆಯುರ್ವೇದ ಓದಿರುವಂಥ ಗ್ರಾಜ್ಯುಯೇಟ್ಸು ಚರಕ ಸಂಹಿತದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಶ್ಲೋಕವನ್ನು ಓದಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಾನೆಯೇ ಹೊರತು ಬೇರೆ ಏನೂ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. He doesn't have skills. Have you seen MD Dravyaguna? Do you know how to do HPLC? No. Do you know how to do maybe chromatography? No. Okay, probably you have learned. Will Biocon offer you a job? No. Then what? Where is the cross referrals? Where is the cross interdisciplinary interactions? This is not only the mainstream science. This is also because we have closed our eyes to all these. We have not offered ourselves to learn these skills and go. An Ayurveda graduate can do a PhD in microbiology. Why not? An Ayurveda graduate can do in molecular physics. It is possible. Why shouldn't we go and why shouldn't we try? You try applying. It is from the students. Sir, I want to learn a skill because everyone will not want to practice. Isn't it? So if there is a cross interdisciplinary walk of the students, then you know that that fellow who has a DAMS background gets ideas to find out evidences for how Ayurveda medicine is working. So this is something which you should keep in mind. We have to interact interdisciplinary, speak to the counterparts. Don't leave them alone. Don't think that we are great because we have a legacy. That legacy was there some time ago. But then now it is the science that is going. There needs to be evidence. We need to talk to our counterparts and go ahead. You have a SN Medical College here. How many of you learned skills and went there and learned skills? I don't know. Not many of you might have gone. But what prevented you from going there? So I would also request the management, try to create an interdisciplinary interaction. Not that you create a formal atmosphere, but the students should get together. They should speak among each other and then they should come up with certain things wherein we can intervene. It is possible. Like for example, in anorectal diseases, we have good interventions. There are so many surgeons who say, modern allopathic surgeons who say, no, those are the best. So these are identifying areas of integration and making it. So imagine a situation wherein you have the whole health system which offers the best of the treatment to the patient. And do not conflict or do not fight with each other that we are the best. This is the situation which we are calling as integrative health. So the WHO has now embarked upon the Charter of Integrative Health, which will draft the definition of integrative health. It will also bring out policies of integrative health, which will be circulated to all the member countries. Please go to the website and read what has happened. And these member countries will follow these. So this happened just on 17th and 18th. Please keep this updated with you and see how these policies can influence us. This is one thing. And the second message I want to give is, please look at the publications. So I saw the principal presenting the publications. It need not be the faculty alone. The students, especially the postgraduate students, need to publish. That is when people will accept that whatever work you have done is there. I was telling you the example, I can cure a very serious cancer. Okay, that's not the way to tell it. You have to publish it. Then people will believe that you are doing it. No, our sir does this, our sir that does that. No, that doesn't work. We need to actually publish. So PGs, at least in the final year, you try to look at most of the publications that are there and start publishing, because if you type Ayurveda as a keyword in PubMed Central, that is the National Library of Medicine, there are only 7,000 articles, 50% of which are review articles, another 25% are articles which have done research on Ayurveda herbs by pharmacology students in various pharmacology departments in various universities of India, and hardcore Ayurveda clinical trials are 10 to 15%, no actual publication. So with this, if you want to go and stand shoulder to shoulder with the science, science is nobody's father's property. Please believe this. Science is science. Biology is biology. There is no Ayurveda body, there is no allopathy body. Everything is the same. There are perspectives of learning here. Now, when you know this perspective, somebody comes to you, has done an MRI, or somebody is on an antipsychotic, you should know the course of the illness, what will be the response to that medicine and what he should be doing, how to withdraw those medicine and give the best of it. So start thinking in these lines. What happens is, during our times at least, I don't know what the situation is now, 90% of the Ayurveda students would be girls. In ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು 60 ಜನ ಇದ್ದರೆ 20 ಜನ ಹುಡುಗರು, 40 ಜನ ಹುಡುಗಿರು. ಆಯ್ತಾ? 40 ಜನ ಹುಡುಗಿರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 40 ಜನ ಹುಡುಗಿರು ಆಯುರ್ವೇದ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಸೇರ್ತಾರೆ? ವೈ ಡು ದೇ ಜಾಯಿನ್? Because their fathers consider that as an eligibility to get a very good doctor groom. ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು ಡಾಕ್ಟರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಆಯುರ್ವೇದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರು ಅಂತ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳೋದು, ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು ಡಾಕ್ಟರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹುಡುಗ ಸಿಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಆಯುರ್ವೇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿಸು. ಸರಿ, ಇನ್ನು ಆಯುರ್ವೇದ ಹುಡುಗಿರು ಆಯುರ್ವೇದ ಹುಡುಗರು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರ? ಒಪ್ಪಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬಂಡವಾಳ ಗೊತ್ತು. ದೆನ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್? ಸೊ ಇವರು 30 ಜನ ಹುಡುಗಿರು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 20 ಜನ ಹುಡುಗಿರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ನ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಸ್ನ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಾಗ ತಾನೇ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಶುರು ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಸು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ನ ಮದುವೆ